Do you have an immigration question? Visit immigrationquestion.com, the easy way to get your immigration question answered from immigration attorneys. Free registration for users and immigration attorneys. And it's available now. For a limited time offer, visit immigrationquestion.com and get your immigration question answered. Immigrationquestion.com is not a law firm or affiliated with the USCIS. It's an interactive platform between users and immigration attorneys.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another live stream session with immigrationquestion.com, where we dissect the latest immigration trends and policies with top professionals in the field. We're delighted to have you join us today. If you're an immigration attorney and you'd like to join us, please register for free and our team will get in contact with you. If you or a loved one has a question in terms of immigration or looking for immigration services, please register for free today at immigrationquestion.com and we can connect you with an attorney today and get your questions answered and maybe even a free consultation. My name is Chanel and I'll be your host for today. Our topic today is the impact of recent policy shifts on H-1B, L-1, and employment-based green card processing. This topic tackles one of the most pressing issues in employment-based immigration. These changes are reshaping how companies hire foreign talent and how professionals plan their futures, either as an employer, an employee, or someone just generally interested in immigration. Today's topic is really important. Today, we're joined with New York-based immigration lawyer Naresh Gehi. He is a super lawyer, 2 years running, and principal attorney at Gehi & Associates based in New York. Thank you so much for joining us today. Awesome.
It's a pleasure being with you, Chanel.
Thank you. Thank you. So you're a friend of the show, so we're going to jump right into this today. This is a really big topic. Tell us first, break down there's some breaking news within the H-1B visa status today. Please tell us more about that.
Number one is that, as you already know, Chanel, that the registration period has started, which means that people can register for the lottery.
Yes.
And if they get selected for the lottery, hallelujah, good for you. If you don't, continue on your student visa and, stay there until, you can explore another opportunity or look at some other options. But, I hope you get picked, but be ready for some alternative options, which we are going to talk about. So that's the first thing that has happened about H-1Bs. Now, we all know that H-1B is a lottery program, 65,000 for regular, 20,000 for advanced degree holders. Everyone knows the basics. Now, there are some changes in the program. Number one is that this is a beneficiary-centric program. So in a sense, the good news is that immigration is going to look at your name rather than 20 companies that are going to apply for you. So they'll be picking the beneficiary. So it's not going to be employer-specific. It's not employer-centric. It is going to be beneficiary-centric. And there's another major change is the wage-based selection rule, which means if you're a highly paid worker, that means your chances of coming up are really good. So that's the other change that we have seen recently that is going to be implemented. And so which means the higher you get paid, the better it is. If you're a low paid worker, good luck to you. Look for some other program. So we're going to talk about some very complicated issues and how these low paid workers also can, they can just, look for some other kind of visa and get selected for the program. Not for this program, for an alternative program. So that's we're going to discuss about the O visa over here. Now, Chanel, you're going to see a lot of denials.
Uh-oh.
So now you'll ask me why, correct?
Yes, exactly. Please tell the people.
Because you're dealing with a very conservative immigration environment. And immigration officers are going to be extremely conservative in granting visas. So therefore, you're going to expect a lot of RFEs. And RFE means a request for evidence. Why is this H-1B worker so important for you? Now, take an example about an information technology company, IT company. They are going to get a lot of they're going to get a lot of requests for evidences, and the request for evidence will be there, especially because they want to see whether they're going to hire the right people or whatnot. And even sometimes good candidates gets turned down.
Right. Thank you so much. That I feel like that's very important for information for people to understand, and also little things like understanding the word like RFE and understanding what these little synonyms and acronyms mean are very important for the people going through this right now. Thank you so
Right.
much.
So it's important for them to make sure that you work for very experienced lawyers, and make sure that you put in your paperwork properly so that your chances of denial go down. Uh, Other than that, I believe there's one good thing that is happening is that they're working on, if you get laid off from your H-1B job, before the grace period used to be 60 days, very soon you're going to get news that it's going to go up to 180 days. So that is kind of, some good news. So because of the mass layoffs and everything, people will be able to they'll get a sigh of relief if they cannot file an employer within 60 days. That's some good news from, immigration's end at the stage.
Definitely. We'll take the wins where we can.
That is correct.
So, Mr. Gehi, there's also lots of scrutiny around the L1 visa program. Can you give some more insight into that?
Yes, so before I get into that, something that is very important right now is for people to know that if you're an IT company, make sure that your petition is very, very well done. So a lot of these information technology companies, they file a lot of H-1Bs, but tender love and care is going to be the norm rather than the exception, because every application is going to be looked under a microscope, and especially for IT companies, they have to note that the number of audits is going to go up dramatically. So there's going to be a lot of audit. There's going to be a lot of things which are outside the ordinary that you're going to see, and that's what the problem is going to be for sure. So you have to
Definitely
just make sure that everything is, you have to keep all the ducks in order, especially when you're filing something.
agreed. I will say from the HR standpoint, all employers should make sure that their HR and people operations have everything zipped up and are really organized at this
The
time.
I-9 compliance,
Definitely.
especially the prevailing wage determinations, making sure that they pay the employees on time, make sure they terminate them on time, make sure they have a proper severance agreement, make sure that they have a proper, uh, uh, a proper employee manual in place. So all those things are very, very important for IT companies, and most of these IT companies they're not in compliance. They
Interesting.
rightly, and they just think it's until they get struck with lightning, they don't realize the value of being 100% compliant, and they get some of them get hit with massive fines, and you're going to see some IT companies they even violate the law, but they keep the person on the books and they ask the guy to pay him in cash. Then after that, they write them the check. They are violating RICO, civil RICO. That's racketeering and corrupt organizations. That may be a violation. And secondly, that's also the crime of structuring financial transactions, which people don't understand.
This is really important. I know people oftentimes think of immigration as only dealing with the individual, but clearly it affects everyone, businesses as
Every-
well. So this is very important information to know. Thank you.
Now, one other good thing which a lot of H-1B employees don't understand, and they need to explore this, a lot of H-1B employees, they can also apply for a second H-1, which can be a part-time H-1. So, the good thing is if you're working somewhere else, also it's a good idea for you to get a part-time H-1, especially because suppose if, your employer, is going to terminate you, that part-time H-1 can be very helpful. So if you get the second bite of the apple, grab it, take it. It's very good for you to have this, as a fantastic backup, so that you'll not be vulnerable, especially if you ever let go by your first employer. Now, one other important thing over here, Chanel, is countries like India and China are very much backed up when it comes to the green card process. It's very important for these people, especially from India and China, especially India, is everyone has this kind of bullhead mentality when they're an employee. that I want to go get my green card under EB2 and under EB3. Don't do that. A lot of these people are brilliant. If they have a master's degree, that's already an advanced degree. If you're paid more than 170, $180,000, great for you. Have some publications, and we've helped a lot of people to just mentor them of how they can qualify for EB1A. The EB1A is very important because you don't need a sponsor. That's impressive. Secondly, the wait period is only 2 to 3 years. And under EB2 and EB3 for India, it's only 18 years. I'm just joking. So you're saving 15 or 16 years of your life.
Seriously.
So you're going to be 65 when you're going to get a green card if you go under the EB3, and that'll be retirement in America, you're getting a green card. We can assist you with the EB1A, and it's real simple. Get in touch with us at Gehi and Associates. It's gehilaw.com, or call us at 718-263-5999, and we'll be happy to help you. So our firm is always there to help people who want to jump the line and get the green cards quicker. So that's the beauty of the EB1A. The next thing which is very important over here, Chanel, is people are concerned what they need to do if they don't qualify for the lottery. Very important.
Yes.
Take an example. You applied and you did not qualify for the lottery. The first thing that you need to do over here, think about the O visa. It's not that hard. If you're someone who's extraordinary, someone who has written some publications, and if you're well known in your field of endeavor, work with an attorney and tell them, hey, listen, I'm ready to work and I'm Mr. Brilliant. I can make things happen. Let that attorney work with you. And I'm telling you, the O is not that difficult. And there's another good thing about the O visa, Chanel. Do you know what that is?
What's that? Enlighten me.
There is no quota. So H1B has a 65,000 quota.
Right.
So you are kind of basically fighting against the wind. But here, I mean, there's no quota. So the pudding is right on your table. So you just have to go and grab the pudding. So you should know how to grab the pudding. That's all. And we are here to help you. And we'll help you. We'll show you the way. And you may qualify for the O visa. Hallelujah. So bye-bye to H1B. Another good news about the O visa. You don't have to worry about the prevailing wages. Even if you get 35,000, you're fine.
Wow. Okay.
So when you're going with the H1B visa, you have to get that high salary wage. But when you're going with the O visa, do not worry, you can get paid $40,000 because you are extraordinary.
Yes.
See, look at the differences. And not many people know these things.
No.
And another great news, H1B is valid for 6 years, right? Oh, you can continue for the rest of your life.
Oh.
So that's an untapped territory. Only experienced lawyers will be able to help you with that. But that is an untapped territory wherein people actually look at just the common misconception is that everything in life equals to an H1B. Get that out of your mind.
Right.
The common misconception for a lot of people from China and India is EB2 and EB3. Forget it. You may qualify for the EB1A directly. You've done miracles for people in our firm. Prior results do not guarantee future outcome. But at the end of the day, let a seasoned attorney review your resume and you may qualify under the EB1A and you'll get a green card in 3 years with your family. The other thing that people are worried about is what is my option if I don't qualify for the H1B and if I'm not extraordinary? Means I just have a regular bachelor's degree. I'm not all that great. Investor's visa can be a great option.
Okay.
So through the investor's visa program, what they need is $800,000, or that's a minimum, that they can invest in a underserved area. And there are companies that take your investment, and you can get your work permit very soon. You can work anywhere you want, and then after a couple of years, you'll get a green card. So that is something that people should look into, the investors visa program. and that can take people a long way. So these are some of the options that people need to know if they don't get picked with the H-1B. And of course, one other thing is get married to an American citizen and qualify for the green card. The
There's
easy way to
pathways for
distinct,
everyone. Everyone's got a pathway.
the easy way to distinction, right? Forget everything. I'm done. I'm getting married.
Oh my goodness.
Reminds me of that good, amazing song. It's a song. I married a female wrestler and look at the mess I'm in. If you remember those good old days. So don't tell me later on that you're not getting a green card. Your green card is taking too long. So
Oh my goodness. We're gonna have to play that. That's great. So it seems to me, no matter what your circumstance or what you may be going through, there may be a way. So it's very important for the likes of people to reach out to a professional attorney who deals with specifically immigration law and has experience in this space.
So now let's go to the other topic that you spoke to me about is the L visas.
Yes.
So L for love, but L is not that lovely anymore. So, so people are not in love with the L visa now because things are very difficult. So that's how I should start. Because love is becoming no love. So if you say L love, it's going to be no love.
Love doesn't
So,
live here anymore.
right. So L1Bs getting very difficult. Specialized knowledge, denial rate is high because people are not putting in the right kind of effort. They're not interviewing the candidate properly. They're not looking at the skills properly. And immigration is saying, these skills are not specialized. I can find any average Joe in the market who can do this. So work with a seasoned attorney. Make sure that you hire the right person for the right job. Do not get a blemish on your company's record, especially because once if there's a blemish, there's always a blemish. Keep that in mind.
Definitely.
So L1Bs are getting difficult. A lot of RFEs, a lot of denials. Work with seasoned lawyers. Make sure that if you're looking for someone to come in, the person is special, unique, and extraordinary. That's the test I tell people to follow. Make sure that the employee, because even when he goes for the consulate, they're going to see whether this particular person is really special, unique, and extraordinary. And if the person is special, unique, say, and extraordinary, then you're looking at a very fair chance over there for an L1B. Coming to an L1A, things are going to be difficult. And they want to see that the person is actually a manager, a manager's person, a person who has, someone who's a high level manager, someone who has people working under him, someone who directs the organization, someone who kind of trains people in the organization. But anyone who does not belong to that level, then they're going to tell you, I don't think so. You're qualified as a manager, and your visa can be turned down, Chana.
Got it. Awesome. Such good info.
Now,
Before we,
go
sorry.
ahead, please.
Before
Please
we
go
go
ahead.
to the live questions, is there anything else that you want to leave the people with, and you want to make sure that they understand about this entire visa process?
I think they can start asking the questions. That is also going to help us, to make sure that we answer the questions. And also, Chanel, as you rightly said, the beauty of your program, that's immigrationquestion.com, is people can ask any type of immigration question.
That's right, folks.
And they can even call in over here. I believe you have a call-in number also.
Yes. You can dial us right here at 516-703-3483 and ask your questions and get them answered live right now. So feel free, folks. You can drop it in the chat no matter what platform you're on. Thank you for joining us from all the different social media platforms. We're happy to accept your questions.
Right. I got text message from a receipt notice. Someone will be delivered.
Awesome. We've got the first one from Damian Thompson. I got text messages for my receipt notice I-797C will be delivered in the mail. Will I have a biometric appointment in it, or will that be a separate piece of mail?
That'd be a separate mail. Generally, a receipt notice just tells you that this is the receipt notice, and if there's any biometrics requirement, that's going to be separate for sure.
Awesome. Next question is from Deepika. Now that the U.S. government wants to prioritize citizens for work, is it still a good idea to apply for H-1B visa?
Of course, you should apply for the H-1B visa because they're not stopping it. Yes, so they're not stopping it. So I think, they need to continue. So you're fine with that.
Definitely. From Ebenezer, why have they stopped the EB4 visa applications for 2025?
I think they'll be waiting. You're going to get some news very soon. That's on and off things happen in immigration. But you're looking at, it all depends on countries, treaties, and, quotas. So those are the factors that affect EB4.
Got it. From Sadia, I have an H-1B visa, so will the interview waiver program that is now 12 months affect my status?
That should not affect your status.
From Joyce, do you think the gold visa program can replace the H-1B visa program?
Good question. We don't know that, but right now it's not. That's good. H-1B program will always go on because America needs talent. They need the best of the best.
Got it. Okay, good. From Ismail, has President Trump introduced more requirements for the L1 visa application in 2025?
It's become more difficult, I would say, because the scrutiny is difficult. Working with good lawyers is important. Making sure that you have all your ducks in order is very important. Crossing the I's and the T's is very important.
And from Mari Cruz, I applied for the EB3 visa last year and have gotten no priority date. Will there be a problem to get it this year?
You'll have to go to the visa bulletin to check it out. What's the priority date on your case? And if it becomes current, then you're going to definitely hear from them. But the easiest way to do this is to make sure that you go to the visa bulletin and check your country and look at your how quickly it's moving. Well, it's moving, and you need to check your priority date. That's the right way to do it.
Great.
Yeah. So I think we covered a lot of ground, and this was, I think, I mean, I like America so much I can. There's something here from Saeed Mohammed Ibrahim. Can you take that question, folks? So from Saeed Mohammed Imran, you're saying something here. I mean, I like America so much I can.
Can start your life there.
All right, I see something there. But what should I do? But I don't. All right, Saeed, get married. Look for someone in America. So you'll be able to come to America. That's one way. Or look for a sponsor. That's the other way to do it. Look for an employer. If you're extraordinary, then try to, show that you're extraordinary and apply for a direct green card. It all depends on your credentials and your qualifications.
Definitely. Look at the pathway that matches and aligns with your lifestyle the best and something that's going to work for you.
Right.
And as
And
always,
so besides that, I must say that, it's important that people take charge of the immigration cases. And even right now, besides employment-based immigration, we do every aspect of immigration from all over the United States and the world. And the name of our firm is Gehi and Associates, and we are located in New York, and we have offices in Texas too. So also, what I like about uh, immigration question is that Chanel, you have this app, and that also helps me to answer questions. So you can talk to people about the importance of your app because that's a great tool that you have. So that's
yes,
something that the app, I believe, if you could talk.
definitely. I'm so glad that you brought that up. Yes, we have the immigrationquestion.com app available for iOS and the Google Play Store, where you can download, register for free, ask your questions in an open form, or have yourself connected with an immigration attorney to answer your specific question and needs. So feel free to download that app today for both attorneys and for users.
And before I go, I must say that even if immigration comes to your house, if you're out of status, you can just remain silent. You don't have to answer anything, and you don't have to open the door unless they have a proper warrant. So there's nothing much for you to worry about. But you know what? That's what Rousseau has said, that this too shall pass away. I'm sure that you all are going to be fine. And if you have any questions, reach out to us at www.gehilaw.com. And this is attorney Naresh M. Gehi on this wonderful show of Immigration Question. Thank you, Immigration Question, and a big thank you to Chanel for hosting such a great show. And Chanel, thank you for everything. And the instant program, is an attorney advertisement from Gehi and Associates. Prior results do not guarantee future outcome, and this is an attorney advertisement. And Chanel, thank you so much, and it's time for you to continue. And if you have any questions, so I may take a leave.
You can go. Thank you so much for joining us
Thank
today,
you so
Mr.
much.
Gehi. Take care.
Thank you.
To our wonderful guests, thank you so much for joining us today for another session of Immigration Question. We hope that you've gotten some great answers today and some clarity toward what you're looking for and what you need. Again, if you have any questions, you can reach out directly and ask on immigrationquestion.com. You can find us on the web or on our app. Thank you again and have a great day. We'll see you next week.
Do you have an immigration question? Visit immigrationquestion.com, the easy way to get your immigration question answered from immigration attorneys. Free registration for users and immigration attorneys. And it's available now. For a limited time offer, visit immigrationquestion.com and get your immigration question answered. Immigrationquestion.com is not a law firm or affiliated with the USCIS. It's an interactive platform.